So what? Talk to you again, guys. I'm out here driving around, people. And I see people in their cars by themselves with face masks on. Dust masks on. In their cars. Nobody else in there, windows up. Just them. And they're driving around with face masks. Some guys have face masks on with winter scarves wrapped around their heads. They're wearing all kinds of crap. Ain't none of it doing one bit of good, folks. It's a dust mask. Look it up. You would need a gas mask. If there was a real pandemic that was airborne, you would need a gas mask to keep it from getting in you. You need to cover your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. With you people, you really need to cover your eyes and ears, because the only place that there's a major problem with the COVID-19 coronavirus, novel coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's the thing about the English language. You can call the same thing a million different words. You know, that way nobody knows what you're really ever talking about. Because they've already, too many scientists have already, or not scientists, doctors, have already came out and said the only way you can catch a virus is through through a needle. The flu, the pneumonia, the common cold, the cough, these things are all your body does in order to expel dead cells or whatever might be attacking your body. It's just like I told you in the other video about the splinter in your finger. If you can't get it out, what does your body do? It packs pus around it, moves it to the top of the surface. Get it out of the body. Now, and the thing on top of it, if all you believe that this thing is so bad that you need to wear gloves and face masks to be able to survive if you go out in public, tell me something. What about the person that's got to go around and pick up your face mask and gloves that you pulled off your hands and face right before you got in your car and slung down in the parking lot? If you sucked something into that and got it contaminated that didn't go through and get into you, then you figure those gloves and that face mask of yours is contaminated, so you throw it on the ground for somebody else to deal with. Now, what if that was really contaminated? Well, that's real nice of you. You throwing your crap on the ground. Some other person comes along, picks it up because they're having to pick them up out of these parking lots. And what happens? They maybe get it. So you people, don't tell me how, because I'm going out and about and doing my everyday things, that I don't care about other people. No, you people don't care. Look, I haven't bought a mask or a pair of rubber gloves in all this, and I don't have one laying on the ground anywhere. This is how stupid this whole thing is, and they told us it was from the get-go. But now, you people want to believe it's real. You think that what $1,200 you got? You think that $1,200 you got? They took almost 10 trillion from you. 10 trillion. And a trillion seconds is 31,700 and some days, people. A trillion seconds. Almost 32,000 years it takes to make a trillion seconds. They stole 9.6 or some trillion dollars from us in Trump's first term. Just in 2 moves. That wasn't counting all the other stuff they've done. Now, with this coronavirus going on, people ain't allowed outside. We've got states like Virginia passing gun laws now that they couldn't pass before because of the protests. People went down to the state buildings and everything where they were putting those votes through, and they were telling them, protesting, you better not put this through. Well, now they're not allowed to go down there and protest because they're locked up, and there's no protesting allowed right now. So now they got these gun laws passed through. And if you think that's the only state that's going to do it, you're crazy. They're going to do the same thing everywhere. This whole game has nothing more than that. And once again, they pulled the wool right over the American people's eyes. They did the world too. You know, they involved the whole world with it. But, you know, the whole world thought we would be the ones that wouldn't put up with it. We would be, because we're the ones with all the guns. We're the ones with all the guns. All the hunters, all the veterans, and all the patriots, and all the oath keepers and oath takers and freedom fighters and 3%ers. And we got all these guys. There ain't nobody going to do nothing to us. So far, they haven't. They asked us politely to get in our houses. They asked us politely, don't bitch about the jobs closing, and you're going to be either working from home or be jobless. They didn't, you know, nobody's bitching about all these little mom and pop shops that aren't going to make it through this. And nobody's bitching about all the money that Trump's giving the bigger organizations that's got the money to get through this no matter what. He's giving them more money. So he's got to play this game. Well, we'll get them to consent. We'll give them $1,200. Well, people are. I've heard people went out and bought TVs, used the money as a down payment on a car, or bought a car, or whatever. They didn't buy no food. They didn't buy no water. They didn't buy no stuff that they might have to eat. And I guarantee you, if the government give it to you, they know something you don't. You probably should have spent that shit on eating. But people, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. There ain't none of you, there ain't none of you that knows anybody that's died from the coronavirus unless you've been fooled into thinking that somebody in your family was in a car wreck and died, and they died of the coronavirus. Or somebody, one of your grandparents died from a heart attack and they put coronavirus on the damn death certificate. They already proven this, people, all over the world this has been happening. All over the world. Italy was 88% of them was done like that. It tells you how bad, how much lower the numbers really are. And New York's the biggest damn scamming ass liars in the country next to California. And I'll tell you what, this crap, we're up here so close to damn New York, it's bled over into Pennsylvania. And now because of Pennsylvania, their damn laws are bleeding over into our state. And these are laws that they don't even have the right to pass. They don't have the right to do this, people. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You think the government is, who do you think they are other men? They're just like you. They are nobody. The Constitution we gave them the powers that they have. And we bound them with a damn Constitution, and there ain't a damn one of them following it. We bound them with that Constitution, people. Don't you understand what that means? They were bound. Their hands were tied. They could do nothing if it went against the Constitution. And we have let them do everything. They've suspended the Constitution. And not one patriot in the bunch. Not one patriot. 340, 350 million people. Where are the patriots? I've heard you brag for years. For 57 to be exact. First time you're needed, where are you? Where are you? Look me in the eye and tell me where you're at. Bring your asses over here. Prove to me you exist. I'll go with you. I don't know what to say to you people. But staying in your house is all you're doing. This is a test. They're needing to know how big an army they're going to need and when the fight is going to start, because we haven't even drawn the line in the sand yet. We haven't even said that's enough. We just keep letting them make more and more rules or orders. New world orders. And that's what these governors are calling them. The governors passed new orders that came down today, is what I was told the other day. Orders, new world order. I mean, they can tell you what they're doing and do it right in front of you, and you still sit there and go, what happened? What happened? What happened to all of our rights? Why am I getting on this train to go to a FEMA camp? Because that's where we're going to all end up. They're going to run us all through FEMA camps, resettlement camps, whatever. You're not going to stay in your old comfy house. You're not going to get to keep your cars. None of that's just going to fucking happen, people. You got them right now. You got what you got right now. Until they say not. Once they take it, it's already theirs. You don't own it. You haven't ever owned it. You couldn't. It's not possible. You're a corporation. You're not even a flesh and blood human being. You're a number. You're a corporation. You're a number to them people. You're nothing. You're a piece of cattle. You're a piece of stock on the stock market. They trade your name. Your name's worth so much money. They trade it like a cow or a pig on the stock market. Just look at every piece of ID you got. Your name's in all capital letters. That's your damn corporate name. Whether you believe it or not. Don't matter whether you believe it. They do. So, and that's how they control you. Maritime Admiralty law. That's how they've been controlling you for years. But you don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it. And I don't care anything about anybody that wants to tell me that the Bible says we are supposed to follow the government. Because if you claim this government today was appointed by God, anointed by God, that's stupid. Because there ain't none of them up there. None of them. They've all been appointed by Satan. This is Satan's world. And you better understand that. People, they're using your church against you. They talked about all this back in 2015 during J-Town, where they were bringing the preachers in, talking to them, telling them, you're going to have to tell your people you're supposed to go along with the government. You got to do what they tell you. And you got to tell your people this. If they tell you to take a chip, you take the chip. They're going to be the go-betweens. They've been paid to do this, and they will be paid to do this once it starts. So you better hope you're a part of a good church that they're not going to help. But I guarantee you, if they open the churches back up, and I don't think they ever will, the preacher that you've been dealing with is probably bought and paid for. Depends on what he preaches and how he preaches it. I don't know. I can't say they all are. But I know the preachers were brought in J-Town 2015. It was a training back then where they were going to use the preachers to help control the people so that they could bring in the New World Order back then. So, and I'm not saying they all are, people. I'm not saying that. So let's make that clear. I am not saying all preachers are working with the government. I'm not saying that. So I'm saying there are some. Probably people more or less would be the ones that have these big churches on TV every week with thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of people, followers that send them money every month and or every week. Those guys are the ones that you got to worry about. These little churches, I don't believe they're in on it. Because most of these little churches are people they're all family members. They're all family members, so they're not going to guide their own family wrong. But these big, high-paid doggone preachers, they're supposed to be in on it. So you better watch who you're following. False prophets. Talks about that. But people, if you really think Donald Trump, and I'll say it again, I voted for him. He had me fooled too. But I didn't vote for him for the reasons you did. I didn't think he was going to go in there and fix anything. I knew he'd go in there and mess with everybody. At least I hope. I knew he'd go in there and throw a wrench in his spokes or something. Just keep them from making any more laws. And it did, really, because they spent 3 years trying to impeach him over bullshit. You know, and you can't tell me the man that he's made himself a billionaire twice. You can't say he hasn't never harmed anybody, never done anything wrong, nothing like that. So you can't say he's a righteous man. By no means. Or not. I can't say he's not a righteous man. That's not my judgment, but I'm not saying that. I mean, it doesn't mean he doesn't have any skeletons in his closet either. We all do. Just how big are his? Because what we see, he worships money. He worships money. So, if he worships money, he can't worship money and God. He can only worship one. And if you don't believe that he worships money, look at what he surrounds himself with, people. Control, power, and money. I don't know what more to say about that. But he's the one who claimed that there's a national disaster in this country right now, which turned the keys over to the control of this country to FEMA. He's the one that at first claimed that the coronavirus wasn't shit. And then now he called it within, it was like a week or two, he then claimed it was a world pandemic. I don't know, people. If you can't see these lies, you are already gone, people. You're already gone. That TV has taken your critical thinking capabilities out of your head. And Trump spent the last 3 years telling all of you it's all fake news. Every time he got on a podium or anything, anywhere, he sat and told you people, fake news, fake news, fake news. They're all fake news. They're all fake news. They're all fake news. So let's say Trump is a good guy. And he got into the presidency and didn't realize what the heck he was facing till he got in there, and they took him in a back room and showed him Satan himself, probably. So he was told what was going to happen in his 4th year. They was going to let him grow like crazy. And they did. Everything was growing good, unemployment down, stock market up, economy up, everything was going good. And he's telling you for 3 years all this stuff going good. That is all fake news, people. Fake news, network news, fake news, fake news are all fake news, fake news, fake news. He said it 1,000,000 times if he said it once. And you people are still listening to it. Oh, you backed him. I heard y'all. Yeah, that fake news, fake news, fake news. Right now, you get up every day and you put on the fake news. Well, insanity is is to continue to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. If you keep listening to the same fake news, you're going to keep being told the same fake lies, and you ain't never going to know what's going on. It's time to, people, look at what's going on. Your country is dying. Your city, your townships, all of it's dying because of the evil that is our government. That's why. Don't tell me there ain't people out here willing to work hard and do what they want to need, do what they need to do get what they want. I see it all around me. Houses, boats, cars, trucks. People have things that I just couldn't imagine ever owning, but it's cool. They got it. I mean, that proves you can have it if you work hard. So these people are willing to work in this country. Why are you not willing to fight for it? You're willing to go out here and to go into another country wearing our flag on your shoulder and kill people in that other country because this government told you to, and then I don't know if they tell you that it's for our rights and freedoms, you're protecting your family's rights and freedoms back here, or what they tell you to get you to do what you do, but you do it. And a lot of innocent people are killed right along with the combatant people too. Both sides. But more innocent on the side that we go attack, because we don't have innocent over there then. We got people that are over there, maybe that are there on vacation or whatever we might have, or their jobs took them there, and they could get killed. But we don't have a population of innocent people. But you guys are sent in there to kill all these people. Now they're coming in here to kill your people. The people you so-called went out here and fought for their rights and freedoms, they're going to kill us. They've been killing us. They've been spraying us for over 10 years that I know of. The snow, there's a video on my channel. The snow won't melt. It burns black. I had it sitting right in front of a space heater, and it burned, or it wouldn't even melt. My hand wasn't even wet. They've been poisoning us and killing us for years. And nobody cares. No patriots will stand up. No oath takers and oath keepers. Oh, all them sheriffs in Virginia, they was going to stand up and say, we won't pass these laws. Coronavirus hits and they're gone. Where are they? Where are all them constitutional sheriffs at now? Do you realize they don't even have jobs if the Constitution is no longer in place? Neither does the government. Why are we paying Congress to be there? They have no job. Why are we paying the president to be there? He has no job. FEMA's in control. Watch and see. Everybody's been talking about damn UN vehicles, and you watch for FEMA trucks. Those better be the ones you're watching for. If it says FEMA on it, you better get the heck out of there. Well, I went on long enough, people. I tried to cover everything that comes across my mind and to get it into a video, so it might be longer than most, but may God bless us all, people. You better get on your knees. America's already gone, but the property and the people are still here. But what America was and stood for is gone by now. It ain't coming back. So if you ain't willing to do nothing, you better be on your knees praying to God and see if you can get him to do something. You guys have a good day.